You think church potlucks in the 1950s were just casseroles and Jell-O? Think again. These church ladies were culinary architects transforming post-war ingredients into dishes that defined community, comfort, and celebration. Here are 30 recipes church ladies made for every potluck that kept entire congregations fed, blessed, and coming back for seconds every time. Funeral potatoes earned their somber name from purpose not taste, appearing at gatherings where comfort was needed most. These combined cubed potatoes with cream of chicken soup, sour cream, butter, and cheddar cheese, topped with crushed cornflakes that baked golden. Church ladies prepared them in glass baking dishes that could be carried warm without burning hands. The potatoes emerged creamy inside with crispy topping that made children scrape plates clean. In Mormon communities across Utah and Idaho, no funeral reception was complete without them, but they appeared at weddings, baptisms, and Sunday dinners. Women guarded specific ratios of soup to sour cream, each convinced her version was superior. Funeral potatoes represented more than food. They were edible sympathy, casserole comfort that said we care without words, proving church ladies understood that sometimes the best comfort comes from creamy potatoes and cornflake crunch. 7-layer salad transformed vegetables into architectural triumph, displayed in glass trifle bowls showing every colorful stratum. Church ladies layered iceberg lettuce, frozen peas, celery, hard-boiled eggs, bacon bits, cheese, and onions, then sealed everything beneath thick mayonnaise spread like frosting. The salad was made the night before, allowing flavors to meld and vegetables to soften under their creamy blanket. When sliced, each serving revealed distinct color bands that made children point with wonder. The combination was simultaneously sweet from peas, salty from bacon, tangy from mayonnaise, and crisp from lettuce. In Protestant church basements, these salads competed for beauty and taste, with women adjusting layers based on seasonal availability. Some added cherry tomatoes, others included water chestnuts for crunch. 7-layer salad proved presentation mattered, turning everyday ingredients into celebration-worthy food and showing church ladies understood dishes should delight eyes before reaching mouths. Ham balls brought sweet and savory together in ways that confused newcomers but delighted regular attendees. Ground ham mixed with ground pork, graham cracker crumbs, eggs, and milk was shaped into spheres and baked in glaze of brown sugar, vinegar, and mustard that caramelized into sticky perfection. These weren't appetizers but substantial protein that anchored potluck plates. Church ladies made them by the dozen, arranging them in roasting pans where glaze pooled at the bottom, begging to be soaked up with dinner rolls. Ham provided saltiness while glaze added molasses sweetness, creating flavor tension that kept people reaching for more. In Midwest Lutheran churches, ham balls were tradition, appearing at every church supper from harvest festivals to Christmas programs. Children initially resisted brown sugar coating on meat, then became converts after first bite. Ham balls represented resourcefulness, using leftover ham transformed into celebration food, proving church ladies wasted nothing while creating everything delicious. Cherry Delight brought clouds of sweetness to dessert tables, its layers of cream cheese, whipped topping, and cherry pie filling creating something light and indulgent. Church ladies pressed graham cracker crusts into rectangular pans, spread cream cheese mixed with powdered sugar, added Cool Whip billows, then crowned everything with glossy red cherry filling. The dessert required no baking, perfect for hot summer church picnics when ovens stayed off and refrigerators worked overtime. Each layer provided different texture, crunchy crust giving way to tangy cream cheese, fluffy topping, and fruit bursting with sweetness. In Baptist churches across the South, Cherry Delight appeared at every potluck, wedding shower, and funeral reception, its bright red top signaling celebration. Women experimented with variations, substituting blueberry or strawberry filling, adding crushed pineapple, or folding in miniature marshmallows. The dessert stretched expensive ingredients into servings for $50, costing mere dollars but delivering joy to everyone taking a square. Chicken and rice bake solved the eternal potluck problem of feeding crowds without breaking budgets, combining economical chicken pieces with rice and cream of mushroom soup into hearty casserole. Church ladies arranged chicken thighs or drumsticks over uncooked rice, poured diluted soup across everything, then covered tightly and baked until rice absorbed liquid and chicken fell off bones. The dish emerged steaming, rice fluffy and infused with chicken fat, meat tender enough to shred with a fork. Onion soup mix added flavor depth without requiring fresh vegetables, while paprika sprinkle provided color. In Presbyterian churches across Pennsylvania and New Jersey, this recipe appeared monthly, its reliability perfect for women who worked full-time but still volunteered for potluck duty. The casserole held temperature well, staying warm through long church services. Children ate it willingly, adults appreciated its substance, and everyone recognized it as comfort food requiring minimal effort but maximum love. Watergate salad earned its political name in the early 70s, but church ladies had been making pistachio fluff for potluck since the 50s, its green color and marshmallow sweetness making it instant favorite. The recipe mixed pistachio pudding with crushed pineapple, miniature marshmallows, chopped pecans, and Cool Whip until everything turned pale green and cloud-like. No cooking required, just stirring and refrigerating until marshmallows softened and flavors melded. Church ladies served it in crystal bowls or molded into shapes, its festive color making every potluck table look celebratory. The texture was simultaneously creamy, chewy, and crunchy, hitting multiple pleasure points with each spoonful. In Catholic churches across the Midwest, this salad appeared at every Lenten fish fry, Easter brunch, and Christmas party. Children devoured it. Parents pretended it counted as fruit serving because of pineapple, and grandmothers knew it was pure indulgence but served it anyway. Hot chicken salad defied its name by being neither salad nor cold, instead delivering warm casserole combining diced chicken with celery, mayonnaise, and crushed potato chips into something bizarrely wonderful. Church ladies mixed cooked chicken with cream of chicken soup, chopped celery, sliced almonds, and enough mayonnaise to bind everything, then topped the mixture with crushed Lay's potato chips before baking until bubbly and golden. The result was creamy, crunchy, and completely addictive, hitting savory notes that made it perfect alongside green beans and dinner rolls. The casserole held heat remarkably well, staying warm through lengthy church services without drying out. In Methodist churches across North Carolina and Virginia, hot chicken salad was potluck royalty, with women competing to achieve the perfect ratio of filling to chip topping. The dish represented 50s ingenuity, combining canned soup, leftover chicken, and potato chips into something tasting expensive despite costing pennies. Pineapple casserole confused outsiders who couldn't understand why fruit needed cheese and crackers, but church ladies knew this sweet and savory combination was Southern magic. Crushed pineapple was drained and mixed with sugar and flour. Then sharp cheddar cheese was stirred in before the mixture was poured into buttered casserole dishes and topped with crushed Ritz crackers mixed with melted butter. The casserole baked until cheese melted and cracker topping turned golden brown, creating something that straddled the line between side dish and dessert. Pineapple provided tropical sweetness, cheese added savory richness, and buttery crackers delivered crunch. In Episcopal churches across South Carolina and Georgia, pineapple casserole appeared at every Easter dinner, Christmas reception, and ladies' luncheon. Some church ladies added marshmallows, others included coconut, but traditionalists kept it pure with just pineapple, cheese, and crackers, proving Southern creativity could transform canned fruit into conversation starter. Angel food cake with strawberries represented simplicity elevated to art form, its white cake and red berries creating patriotic presentation perfect for church gatherings. Church ladies either baked cakes from scratch, beating egg whites by hand until peaks formed, or bought them from bakeries, focusing their efforts on the strawberry topping. Fresh berries were sliced and macerated with sugar until they released juice that turned into natural syrup, then spooned generously over cake slices just before serving. The combination was perfect, airy cake soaking up sweet berry juice, creating bites that dissolved on the tongue. In congregational churches across New England, this dessert appeared at every spring and summer potluck, its freshness providing contrast to heavier casseroles. Women competed to present the most beautiful cakes using tube pans that created dramatic height. Some added whipped cream, others served it plain, but everyone understood that simplicity was the point, requiring minimal ingredients but maximum timing, since cake couldn't be assembled early. Party potatoes earned their celebratory name through sheer indulgence, combining frozen hash browns with sour cream, cream of chicken soup, butter, and cheddar cheese into casserole that made every gathering feel festive. Church ladies mixed thawed hash browns with the creamy base, spread everything into buttered baking dishes, then topped with more cheese and crushed cornflakes before baking until bubbly and golden. The result was comfort food perfection, crispy top giving way to creamy potatoes that absorbed every bit of dairy richness. Unlike funeral potatoes' somber associations, party potatoes showed up at celebrations, wedding showers, graduation receptions, and Easter brunches. In Lutheran churches across Minnesota and Wisconsin, women brought these potatoes to every festive occasion. The casserole could be assembled the night before and baked the next day, making it perfect for busy church ladies juggling multiple responsibilities, proving convenience and deliciousness could coexist beautifully. Ambrosia salad brought tropical paradise to church basements. Its combination of orange segments, pineapple chunks, coconut, and marshmallows creating something that felt exotic despite humble origins. Church ladies drained canned fruit carefully, mixed everything with sour cream or whipped cream, then folded in miniature marshmallows and shredded coconut until the mixture turned creamy white, studded with color. Some added maraschino cherries for brightness, others included chopped pecans for crunch. The salad had to be made hours ahead, allowing marshmallows to soften and flavors to meld. In Southern Baptist churches from Texas to Florida, ambrosia appeared at every covered dish supper, its sweetness making it dessert that could be served as salad without guilt. Children fought over bowls, adults took seconds pretending restraint, and everyone agreed it tasted like celebration in a bowl. Stuffed celery sticks brought elegant simplicity to appetizer tables, their crisp green boats filled with cream cheese mixture that could be savory or sweet. Church ladies cut celery into uniform 3-inch pieces, then piped or spread, filling into the hollows using butter knives or pastry bags. The most common filling mixed cream cheese with Worcestershire sauce, garlic powder, and chopped olives, creating savory perfection. Others filled celery with peanut butter, transforming vegetables into snacks that children actually ate. The most ambitious church ladies created rainbow platters with multiple fillings. In Presbyterian churches across the Northeast, stuffed celery appeared at every ladies' tea, wedding shower, and Christmas party, providing crunch and freshness that balanced heavier dishes. The vegetables could be prepared hours ahead and refrigerated, making them perfect for busy hostesses. Stuffed celery represented controlled elegance. Pigs in a blanket transformed cocktail sausages into crowd pleasers that disappeared faster than church ladies could refill platters. Little smokies were wrapped in crescent roll dough, arranged on baking sheets, and baked until pastry turned golden and sausages sizzled inside their blankets. The combination of flaky pastry and savory meat hit every comfort food note. Some church ladies brushed the pastries with egg wash for extra golden color. Others sprinkled them with sesame seeds for sophistication. In Methodist churches across the Midwest, pigs in blankets appeared at every potluck, youth group gathering, and church breakfast, their universal appeal making them perfect for crowds containing both children and adults. Women competed to arrange them most attractively on platters. The snacks held temperature well and could be eaten without utensils, making them perfect for fellowship halls. Waldorf salad brought crunch and sweetness together through apples, celery, grapes, and walnuts bound in creamy mayonnaise dressing. Church ladies diced crisp apples without peeling them, keeping red skin for color, then mixed them with thinly sliced celery, halved grapes, and roughly chopped walnuts before folding everything into mayonnaise sweetened with just enough sugar to balance tartness. The salad was served on lettuce leaves, its combination of textures making each bite interesting. In Episcopal churches across New England and the Mid-Atlantic, Waldorf salad appeared at every holiday gathering and ladies' luncheon, its presence signaling refinement. Some church ladies added raisins, others included miniature marshmallows, but purists kept it traditional with just the core ingredients. The salad represented aspirational elegance, taking simple ingredients and transforming them into something that felt sophisticated. Date nut bread brought concentrated sweetness to every church coffee hour, its dense texture and fruit-studded crumb making it perfect for slicing thin and spreading with cream cheese. Church ladies mixed chopped dates with boiling water and baking soda, creating thick paste that was beaten into batter along with eggs, sugar, flour, and chopped walnuts before being poured into loaf pans. The bread emerged dark and fragrant, its top cracking slightly to reveal moist interior packed with dates that had softened into pockets of caramel sweetness. Sliced paper thin and arranged on platters, the bread lasted for days without drying out. In congregational churches across New England, date nut bread appeared at every morning coffee gathering. Some spread it with butter, others with cream cheese, but everyone agreed it tasted like comfort and care baked into every slice. Deviled eggs anchored every potluck appetizer table, their sunny yellow centers piped into decorative swirls that showed off each cook's particular technique. Church ladies hard-boiled dozens of eggs, peeled them perfectly without pitting the whites, then sliced them lengthwise and scooped out yolks for mixing with mayonnaise, mustard, vinegar, and secret seasonings. The filling was piped back into egg white halves using pastry bags or carefully spooned to create neat mounds, then garnished with paprika, pickle relish, or tiny parsley sprigs. In Baptist churches across the South, deviled egg platters sparked friendly competition, with women developing signature styles. Some added pickle juice for tang, others included finely minced onion for bite, and adventurous cooks experimented with curry powder or hot sauce. The eggs had to be kept cold and made the day of serving. Deviled eggs represented commitment. Congealed salad brought shimmer and sweetness to potluck tables through gelatin molds that transformed ordinary ingredients into architectural wonders. Church ladies dissolved Jell-O in hot water, let it cool slightly, then folded in canned fruit cocktail, mandarin oranges, or crushed pineapple before pouring everything into decorative molds and refrigerating overnight. The salad was unmolded onto lettuce-lined platters, its jewel-like appearance making every potluck table look more festive. The texture was simultaneously creamy and bouncy, the gelatin providing structure while fruit added bursts of flavor and color. In Lutheran churches across the Midwest, congealed salads appeared in endless variations, with women trading recipes and mold designs like precious currency. Some added cottage cheese for richness, others included shredded carrots for color. Congealed salad represented 50s optimism, when convenience foods promised liberation and creativity. Sweet and sour meatballs brought Asian-inspired flavors to church potlucks, their tangy sauce making them disappear faster than church ladies could replenish slow cookers. Ground beef was mixed with breadcrumbs, egg, and seasonings, rolled into uniform spheres, then browned in skillets before being transferred to sauce made from grape jelly, chili sauce, and lemon juice that simmered until meatballs were glazed. The combination sounds bizarre, but the result was addictive. Sweet jelly balancing spicy chili sauce and tart lemon, while meatballs provided savory heartiness. In synagogues and Protestant churches across America, these meatballs became potluck staples, their ease of preparation and crowd-pleasing flavor making them reliable choices. Some church ladies kept them warm in chafing dishes, others used slow cookers. Sweet and sour meatballs represented culinary adventure. Cowboy beans transformed simple pinto beans into hearty dish packed with ground beef, bacon, and molasses sweetness that made them substantial enough for main course. Church ladies combined canned pork and beans with browned ground beef, crispy bacon pieces, chopped onions, ketchup, brown sugar, and mustard, then baked everything together until flavors melded and top developed slight crust. The beans emerged thick and rich, more stew than side dish, providing protein and comfort in every spoonful. In non-denominational churches across Texas and Oklahoma, cowboy beans appeared at every potluck, church barbecue, and youth group gathering. Some church ladies added jalapenos for heat, others included bell peppers for color. The dish represented frontier resourcefulness, combining pantry staples with fresh ingredients to create something filling, affordable, and genuinely delicious. Chess squares brought concentrated sweetness to dessert tables through buttery crust topped with cream cheese filling that baked into something between cake and custard. Church ladies pressed yellow cake mix combined with melted butter and 1 egg into the bottom of rectangular pans. The topping mixed cream cheese, remaining eggs, and powdered sugar until smooth, then was poured over crust and baked until set. The squares emerged golden with crackled surface. When cooled and cut, they revealed 2 distinct layers, crispy crust supporting creamy topping that was intensely sweet. In Baptist churches throughout the South, chess squares appeared at every potluck, funeral reception, and church supper. Women experimented with variations, adding lemon zest, chocolate chips, or coconut, but traditional version remained most beloved. Chess squares represented democratic deliciousness, using affordable ingredients to create something genuinely special. Chicken a la king transformed leftover chicken into elegant dish that felt fancy despite economical origins, combining diced meat with cream sauce studded with pimentos and mushrooms. Church ladies made white sauce from butter, flour, and milk, then stirred in cooked chicken, canned mushrooms, diced pimentos, and sometimes frozen peas before seasoning with salt, pepper, and sherry. The mixture was heated until bubbly, then served over toast points, biscuits, or puff pastry shells. The sauce was rich and comforting, pimentos adding color while mushrooms provided earthy depth. In Episcopal churches across the Northeast, chicken a la king appeared at ladies' luncheons and wedding showers. Women served it in chafing dishes to keep it warm. Chicken a la king represented aspirational cooking, turning simple ingredients into something that felt like restaurant food through careful technique. Butterfinger cake brought candy bar indulgence to church dessert tables through layers of chocolate cake, pudding, and crushed candy. Church ladies baked chocolate cake in rectangular pans, poked holes across the surface, then poured chocolate pudding over the warm cake, letting it seep into every hole. Once cooled, the cake was frosted with whipped topping mixed with crushed Butterfinger candy bars. The result was intensely chocolatey, sweet, and textured, each bite delivering cake, pudding, cream, and candy crunch in perfect proportion. In Methodist churches across the Midwest, Butterfinger cake appeared at every birthday celebration, youth group gathering, and holiday party. Women made it in disposable foil pans for easy transport and cleanup, understanding that sometimes convenience mattered as much as taste when juggling church responsibilities and family duties. Salmon croquettes stretched canned salmon into crispy patties that could serve as main course or appetizer, their golden exterior hiding tender interior. Church ladies drained canned salmon carefully, removing bones and skin, then mixed the fish with breadcrumbs, beaten eggs, minced onion, lemon juice, and seasonings before shaping mixture into uniform patties. The croquettes were rolled in additional breadcrumbs and pan-fried in butter until both sides turned golden brown. They emerged hot and savory, with slight crunch giving way to moist salmon interior. In Catholic churches during Lenten fish fries, salmon croquettes appeared alongside fried cod and coleslaw. Some church ladies added diced celery for crunch. Others included capers for brightness. Salmon croquettes represented thrift and skill, showing church ladies could make economical ingredients into something genuinely good. Strawberry pretzel salad defied categorization, its layers of crushed pretzels, cream cheese mixture, and strawberry Jell-O creating something simultaneously salty, sweet, creamy, and crunchy. Church ladies pressed crushed pretzels mixed with melted butter and sugar into pan bottoms. The middle layer mixed cream cheese, sugar, and whipped topping into fluffy white cloud that was spread over cooled crust. The top layer dissolved strawberry Jell-O in water, added frozen strawberries, then poured over cream cheese layer and refrigerated. When sliced, each serving revealed 3 distinct layers that worked together perfectly. In Lutheran churches across Iowa and Minnesota, strawberry pretzel salad appeared at every summer potluck and holiday gathering, sparking debates about whether it was salad or dessert, while everyone agreed it was delicious. The dish represented 50s creativity. Baked spaghetti transformed Italian pasta into casserole that could feed crowds from a single baking dish, its layers of noodles, meat sauce, and cheese creating comfort food that traveled well. Church ladies cooked spaghetti until just tender, tossed it with butter, then layered it in baking dishes with ground beef tomato sauce, seasoned with Italian herbs, oregano, and garlic. Between layers went shredded mozzarella and Parmesan cheese. The top was covered with more cheese that baked into golden brown crust. Unlike traditional spaghetti that was messy to serve, baked version could be cut into neat squares. In Baptist churches across the South, baked spaghetti appeared at every potluck. Children loved the cheesy top layer. Adults appreciated how leftovers tasted even better the next day. $1 Million fudge lived up to its name through richness that seemed impossible to achieve from simple ingredients, its creamy texture and deep chocolate flavor making it absolutely irresistible. Church ladies combined sugar, evaporated milk, butter, and marshmallow cream in large pots, stirring constantly while the mixture came to a boil. Off heat, they stirred in chocolate chips and vanilla until everything melted into glossy chocolate mixture, then poured it into buttered pans to cool. The fudge emerged perfectly creamy, never grainy, cutting into neat squares that melted on the tongue. In Methodist churches across the Midwest, $1 Million fudge appeared at every Christmas party, bake sale, and youth group fundraiser. Women wrapped squares in wax paper, arranged them in tins, and gave them as gifts. The fudge represented generosity. Green bean bundles brought vegetables into appetizer territory through bacon-wrapped presentation that made children actually eat their greens. Church ladies blanched fresh green beans until just tender, bundled 6 or 8 together, then wrapped each bundle with half slice of bacon secured with toothpick. The bundles were arranged in baking dishes, drizzled with mixture of brown sugar, butter, and soy sauce, then baked until bacon crisped. They emerged sweet, salty, and smoky, the beans staying crisp while bacon added richness and the glaze created sticky coating. In Presbyterian churches across the Southeast, green bean bundles appeared at every Thanksgiving, potluck, and Christmas dinner. Women competed to arrange them most beautifully on platters. Green bean bundles represented clever marketing, proving presentation could make even vegetables appealing to reluctant eaters. Pineapple sheet cake brought tropical sweetness to every church celebration through moist cake topped with cream cheese frosting that included crushed pineapple. Church ladies mixed yellow cake batter with crushed pineapple and its juice, creating extra moist crumb that stayed soft for days. The cake baked in sheet pans, emerging golden and fragrant. While still warm, it was frosted with cream cheese mixture that included more pineapple, butter, and powdered sugar. The combination was perfect. Sweet cake balanced by tangy frosting, pineapple providing moisture and tropical flavor. In Southern Baptist churches from Texas to Georgia, pineapple sheet cake appeared at every birthday celebration, church picnic, and funeral reception. The cake traveled well, could be made ahead, and pleased every age group, proving that sometimes the most popular recipes required minimal effort but delivered maximum satisfaction. Lemon bars brought bright citrus sunshine to dessert tables through buttery shortbread crust topped with tangy lemon custard. Church ladies pressed butter, flour, and sugar into pan bottoms, creating crust that baked until golden. The filling mixed lemon juice, eggs, sugar, and just enough flour to thicken, creating pourable custard that was poured over hot crust and returned to the oven. The bars emerged pale yellow, dusted generously with powdered sugar. When cut, they revealed 2 distinct layers, crisp crust supporting smooth lemon custard that was intensely flavored and perfectly balanced between sweet and sour. In congregational churches across New England and the Pacific Northwest, lemon bars appeared at every spring potluck and summer picnic. Women made them in large batches, cutting them into neat squares. Banana pudding brought Southern tradition to church potlucks through layers of vanilla wafers, sliced bananas, and pudding that combined into something greater than individual parts. Church ladies made custard from scratch using egg yolks, sugar, milk, and vanilla, or used instant pudding when time was short, then assembled the dessert in clear glass bowls that showed off distinct layers. Vanilla wafers lined the bottom and sides, sliced bananas covered them, then warm pudding was poured over everything with the process repeated until the dish was full. The top was crowned with meringue that was torched or baked until golden. The pudding had to sit for hours, allowing wafers to soften and absorb custard. In Baptist churches across Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, banana pudding was royalty, appearing at every potluck, family reunion, and church supper. Cranberry gelatin salad was a popular 1950s potluck dish that combined tart cranberries with the wobbly texture of gelatin, often enhanced by the addition of oranges or other citrus fruits. This tangy salad was made by dissolving flavored gelatin and folding in fresh or canned cranberries, along with chopped oranges or sometimes pineapple. The result was a brightly colored, refreshing dish served chilled that provided a sharp contrast to the richer, heavier casseroles and meats on the table. Cranberry gelatin salad was celebrated for its easy preparation and eye-catching appearance, making it a festive addition to any church gathering. The sweet and tart flavors balanced well, appealing to a wide range of tastes. This dish was especially popular during the holiday season, but found a place at many year-round potlucks. It exemplified the mid-century fascination with gelatin salads and the creative use of canned fruits, offering a nostalgic reminder of simpler times and communal celebrations. During the mid-20th century, Jell-O desserts were the crown jewels of church picnics and potlucks, and cherished cranberry Jell-O squares were no exception. This layered creation brought together the tartness of cranberry gelatin, the sweetness of crushed pineapple, and the creamy richness of a whipped cream cheese topping. Its vibrant red hue made it visually striking, while the contrasting textures kept guests coming back for seconds. The practicality of this dish was undeniable. Gelatin-based desserts were inexpensive, easy to prepare, and required little more than a refrigerator and some patience. The recipe's versatility added to its appeal. Home cooks could swap in other fruits, experiment with different flavors of Jell-O, or even add chopped nuts for extra crunch. It was a crowd pleaser that could double as a side dish or a dessert, making it an all-star at potlucks. So why did this classic fade away? As tastes shifted toward fresher, less processed ingredients, gelatin dishes began to lose their charm. The rise of lighter, fruit-forward desserts also pushed these nostalgic treats to the sidelines. But for those who remember the wobble of a perfectly set square and the creamy tang of the topping, cherished cranberry Jell-O squares remain a sweet reminder of an era when creativity in the kitchen met the needs of a growing community. Taco salad cups were a really fun, convenient, and classic new take on the otherwise timeless taco salad. You took all the best parts of that dish and served it in more or less the same way, except this time around, you threw it in taco shell cups. All you had to do then was layer some flavors and get your guacamole and cheese going. This was a party dish in every sense of the word. Bringing an entire horde of these was easy for just about anyone with a lot of trust in their finger strength or a car with some backseat space. It was one of the most convenient parts of Tex-Mex culture too, since taco salads began showing up in Tex-Mex restaurants right after the World War. How does that make it convenient? Well, put yourself in their shoes. Sure, the war ended and the recession became yesterday's news, but the ripples they sent through the economy meant that a lot of people were still desperately trying to find their footing. Affordable, group-friendly food like this meant that people could show up to potlucks with something worth bringing that was also affordable, or they could just make a big batch on their own. Few desserts capture the retro charm of the mid-20th century like the pineapple upside-down cake. Its signature design, caramelized pineapple slices and bright red maraschino cherries embedded in a golden cake, made it as visually striking as it was delicious. Praise pineapple. Upside-down cake was more than just a dessert. It was a conversation piece at church potlucks and community dinners. The dish rose to popularity in the 1920s and 1930s thanks to the invention of canned pineapple by the Hawaiian Pineapple Company. Their marketing campaigns promoted recipes featuring pineapple, and the upside-down cake, with its sweet, sticky topping, became an instant hit. By the 1950s and 60s, it had become a potluck classic, celebrated for its simplicity, just one pan, and its ability to turn everyday ingredients into a dessert that felt festive. As tastes evolved in the late 20th century, the cake began to lose its luster. The heavy use of canned ingredients and its sugary glaze didn't align with the growing emphasis on fresh, lighter desserts. Additionally, its iconic appearance became a symbol of an earlier era, less appealing to younger bakers seeking more modern flavors and aesthetics. Layered pea salad might not have gotten the attention it deserved, but once you tasted it, you understood its appeal. This salad is all about layering, from the crispness of the peas to the creamy dressing, the crunchy bacon, and the sweetness of the onions. Every bite offers a perfect balance of flavors and textures. It's the kind of dish that brings everyone back for seconds, especially when the layers are built just right. The peas provide a subtle sweetness and pop, while the mayo-based dressing binds everything together in a way that makes the salad feel indulgent, despite its simplicity. It's a salad that works well for any occasion, but especially for those summer church picnics when you need a dish that can stand up to the heat and still taste great. And speaking of cool, refreshing salads, there's one more dish on the way that brings all the sweet and savory flavors into a gorgeous combination. Stay tuned for the next recipe. Corn pudding with creamed corn was a smooth and sweet casserole that often appeared as a comforting side dish during 1950s church potlucks. This pudding combined creamed corn with eggs, milk, sugar, and sometimes butter or flour, baked until set and golden on top. Its creamy texture and mild sweetness made it a perfect complement to savory mains, adding a gentle richness to the meal. Corn pudding was appreciated for its simplicity and ability to stretch a small amount of corn into a satisfying dish for many guests. It was a practical recipe that could be prepared ahead and baked at the potluck location or brought ready to serve. The dish reflected the era's fondness for casseroles that combined convenience with homey flavors. It was particularly popular in regions where corn was a dietary staple and represented the comfort of familiar, unpretentious cooking shared among church families. In the 1980s and 1990s, when potluck spreads began leaning toward lighter, more sophisticated dishes, almighty almond chicken salad earned its place on the table. This creamy, savory-sweet combination of shredded chicken, sliced almonds, juicy grapes, and a touch of mayo was a refined twist on a classic. It brought elegance to any gathering while remaining simple enough to whip up in a home kitchen. What made this salad a standout was its versatility. It could be served in a variety of ways, on a bed of lettuce, as a sandwich filling, or even scooped into hollowed-out melon halves for a fancier presentation. The ingredients were affordable and adaptable. Cooks could swap in walnuts for almonds, yogurt for mayo, or dried cranberries for grapes, tailoring the recipe to suit their pantry or taste. So, why did it disappear? As prepackaged chicken salads flooded grocery stores, the effort of making this dish from scratch lost its appeal for busy households. Additionally, shifting dietary preferences and the move toward leaner, vinaigrette-based salads further edged it out. Pinwheel sandwiches are a versatile little dish. They work as a one-on-one meal with a friend, they work at parties and even at potlucks. It's because of their compact little size and how easy they are to eat that lots of people love them. Pinwheel sandwiches don't really have any kind of specific historical origin that I can rant about here, as convenient as that would be, but what they do have is a lot of bandwagoning. By that, I mean these things hopped on the finger food and wraps trend that was taking over pretty much all of the latter half of the 20th century. They hopped on pretty fast too, since they became one of the most popular things to eat in pretty much around a decade's time. It was a fun way to enjoy a sandwich, and it was really easy to carry around with you. People would honestly even take leftover pinwheel sandwiches to work because of that, and that only helped their PR get better and better. Was it a traditional sandwich as we had grown up with? Not at all. Was it still incredibly fun? Definitely. These sandwiches had a lot of room for creativity because you could fill them up with literally anything. Allergies? You can choose what to put in. Like it spicier, go all in on the chilies, vegan, you can make sure not even a speck of meat goes in there. All of this, while still being an amazing fit for big groups and looking pretty at the same time, makes this a dish worth remembering. In the culinary playbook of the 1970s, green beans weren't just a side dish. They were often dressed to impress. Graceful green bean bundles wrapped in smoky bacon and glazed with brown sugar offered an elegant upgrade to the humble vegetable. With their sweet and savory allure, these bundles quickly became a favorite at church potlucks and holiday dinners. The dish's appeal lay in its balance of practicality and flair. Green beans were an accessible and affordable vegetable, while bacon and brown sugar transformed them into something festive. The bundles were easy to assemble and bake, making them a convenient choice for busy cooks. They also served dual purposes. They worked as both a side dish and an appetizer, seamlessly bridging the gap between finger food and a plated meal. By the late 20th century, however, changing tastes and dietary trends began to edge these bundles off the table. The combination of bacon and sugar, once seen as indulgent, started to feel overly rich for everyday fare. Health-conscious cooking also played a role, as lighter vegetable dishes gained popularity. Cheesy grits with green chilies is the ultimate comfort food, especially when it's served on a Wednesday night at the church rec hall. This Southern classic combines the rich, creamy texture of grits with the bold kick of green chilies, creating a dish that's both comforting and full of flavor. The grits are cooked until soft and creamy, then mixed with sharp melting cheese that gives each bite a savory richness. The green chilies add just the right amount of spice, turning this simple dish into something extraordinary. Cheesy grits with green chilies has long been a favorite for breakfast for dinner nights, where it can stand on its own or be paired with a variety of other dishes. It's a perfect side dish, offering a spicy, cheesy complement to meats and vegetables alike. The warmth and comfort of the grits, along with the pop of heat from the chiles, make this dish a satisfying choice for any occasion. Whether served with fried chicken, sausage, or as a hearty meal on its own, it's always a crowd pleaser. If you think this Southern classic is the perfect addition to any table, wait until you see the next dessert. A sweet cake that's equally rich and irresistible. Watergate salad was a sweet and fluffy concoction that quickly gained popularity in the 1950s as a potluck staple. Named after the famous Watergate Hotel, this salad combined pistachio-flavored instant pudding mix, canned pineapple chunks, whipped topping, and miniature marshmallows for a uniquely textured and flavorful dessert. Its bright green color and creamy sweetness made it visually appealing and a favorite among families. Watergate salad was easy to prepare, requiring no baking or cooking, which made it perfect for busy church members contributing to community meals. The salad's balance of fruit and sweet creaminess offered a delightful finish to savory dishes on the table. It also showcased the growing influence of convenience foods and packaged ingredients that defined mid-century American cooking. Many families passed down their versions of the recipe, sometimes adding nuts or coconut for extra texture. The dish became a nostalgic symbol of 1950s social gatherings, evoking memories of shared meals and the simple joys of fellowship. Cheese, sausage, and croissant strata is this really comforting brunch dish that actually works amazingly for potlucks. It works because it's the perfect little starter to bring to a party. Most people already know who's going to be bringing what, and there are designated people who bring the really heavy-hitter dishes. That leaves people who really need to nail the sides, appetizers, and desserts. For them, this dish was literally a no-compromise sort of thing. It was absolutely impossible to have a potluck without somebody bringing over a croissant strata, especially if you lived in the openly French neighborhoods. Sorry, by that I mean the ones who would cook nothing else but French food. Strata has lots of layers, especially in Italy, where they take the attention to detail super seriously. Traditional strata recipes make use of sliced bread, baguettes, croissants, and all kinds of other things. This dish was experimented with a lot while it was becoming a big thing in America, so you had people all over the country doing their own version of a strata. Lots of people played around with the kinds of cheeses you could use, or they would switch out the sausages for some other meat. Either way, it was a wonderful little bread-based dish to serve as a filler until the next big meal. In the world of comfort desserts, few could match the magic of a self-saucing, virtuous vanilla pudding cake. This clever dish baked into two distinct layers, a fluffy vanilla cake on top and a rich, warm pudding underneath. Simple, satisfying, and slightly mysterious, it was a favorite at church potlucks where ingenuity and indulgence often went hand in hand. Self-saucing cakes date back to the early 20th century, gaining popularity during the Great Depression when frugality was key. By the 1970s, the vanilla variation became a staple of community cookbooks, praised for turning pantry basics, flour, sugar, milk, and eggs, into something that felt both luxurious and homemade. Its practicality was unbeatable. Minimal ingredients, no frosting needed, and a built-in sauce that made it feel like two desserts in one. But as dessert trends grew more elaborate in the 1980s and beyond, this humble cake struggled to keep up. The rise of rich layer cakes, cheesecakes, and decorative confections made its understated appearance less appealing. Additionally, the convenience of boxed cake mixes overshadowed the charm of from-scratch baking. Beef stroganoff with cream of mushroom soup is the dish that gave the classic Russian favorite a distinctly American twist. Instead of delicate beef cuts and fancy sauces, this version relied on hearty ground beef, creamy soup, and simple ingredients that church kitchens could whip up with ease. The cream of mushroom soup served as the base for the sauce, turning what could have been a labor-intensive dish into something fast, flavorful, and family-friendly. It was typically baked in a casserole dish, making it easy to serve a crowd and paired perfectly with egg noodles or rice. While this casserole version might not have been what you'd find in a high-end Russian restaurant, it became an enduring comfort food staple in American church kitchens. If you think this dish hits all the right notes of creamy and savory, wait until you taste the sweet, tangy pie coming up next. It's a Southern classic that's sure to please. Oyster and celery salad was a vintage dish commonly brought to church socials in the 1950s, combining the briny richness of chopped oysters with the crisp freshness of celery. This cold salad typically mixed drained canned oysters with diced celery, mayonnaise, lemon juice, and seasonings to create a creamy yet textured dish. The salad offered a contrast of flavors and was served chilled, making it a refreshing appetizer or side during communal meals. Oyster and celery salad reflected the era's fondness for seafood dishes adapted to social occasions, often using affordable canned ingredients. Its combination of crunchy vegetables and tender seafood was a favorite among those who appreciated classic, comforting flavors. This salad was easy to prepare in advance, making it ideal for potlucks. Though less common today, many recall this dish fondly as a part of mid-century culinary tradition and church community gatherings. Swiss steak is definitely something that was mostly a traditional 20th century concept, though. It was pretty common for the working class almost everywhere to rely on potlucks. Who could blame them? You find something that ticks most boxes, or in some cases, all of them. You keep it close. Everyone does that. Don't you have your comfort fast food places you swear by and always go to when you need an order you can rely on? Swiss steak was pretty much just like that, and it was the first time that people got to know about Swissing meat. That's, by the way, where it gets the name from, not any cultural ties to Switzerland. Lots of people were relying on tough cuts of meat that weren't really the same kind of quality, but they were a lot more affordable. People figured that some pork is better than no pork, and again, could you fault them? Still, these kinds of recipes needed a lot of work to really make them shine and not just be a slogfest you have to chew your way through. Swissing the meat and slow cooking it potluck style made sure that it would be soft and tender, and in the end, you'd get a pretty wonderful saucy stew. Ham loaf with pineapple glaze is one of those dishes that might seem a bit out of the ordinary at first, but once you taste it, it's easy to see why it became a beloved tradition, especially in Midwest congregations. Think of it as a meatloaf, but instead of the usual beef, you've got ground ham, giving the dish a lighter, pinkish hue and a slightly sweeter flavor. The pineapple glaze, with its bright and tangy sweetness, adds a beautiful contrast to the savory richness of the ham. It's an odd combination, but somehow it works perfectly. Served during church potlucks, family gatherings, and community events, ham loaf with pineapple glaze became a standout dish on many a dinner table. While it might not have been a typical recipe for the average home cook, it was undeniably a crowd pleaser. The balance of savory and sweet made it the perfect comfort food for any occasion. If you thought this dish was an unusual twist on a classic, wait until you discover the next recipe. It's a sweet spiced bread that's as moist as it is satisfying, and a favorite that nearly every church lady has up her sleeve. Stay tuned for more! Cheese and pineapple skewers were a popular appetizer that combined sweet and savory flavors in a bite-sized form. These skewers typically featured cubes of sharp cheddar cheese paired with juicy chunks of pineapple threaded onto toothpicks or small wooden sticks. The contrast between the tangy cheese and the tropical sweetness of the pineapple made for an appealing taste experience that was easy to enjoy while mingling at potluck socials. This simple yet elegant dish was quick to prepare and transport, making it a favorite among church members tasked with bringing something festive and shareable. The bright colors of the golden pineapple and pale cheese also added a cheerful touch to the food table, helping to create a welcoming atmosphere. Many cooks used canned pineapple for convenience, especially during winter months when fresh fruit was less available. Despite its simplicity, cheese and pineapple skewers represented the kind of thoughtful, crowd-pleasing dishes that helped build community spirit in mid-century church gatherings. Their popularity endured because they required minimal effort but delivered maximum enjoyment to guests. In the days when church picnics were synonymous with indulgent homemade treats, faithful fried apple rings brought a touch of carnival-style fun to the table. This simple yet delicious dessert featured crisp apple slices, dipped in a light batter, fried until golden, and finished with a dusting of cinnamon sugar. The result was a warm, sweet, and slightly tangy bite that captured the essence of autumn, no matter the season. The practicality of this recipe made it a frequent guest at gatherings. Apples were affordable, widely available, and easy to work with, while the batter could be whisked together using basic pantry ingredients. Fried apple rings were also incredibly versatile. They worked as a dessert, a snack, or even a breakfast treat alongside coffee, and their individual portions made them ideal for sharing, with no forks or plates required. So, why don't we see these anymore? Frying, once a common cooking method, has fallen out of favor due to health concerns and the labor-intensive nature of the process. Add to that the rise of prepackaged apple snacks and desserts, and these homemade treats began to fade. Black bean sliders aren't really too in line with the spirit of everything else we've been making so far here, but they were a part of that trend of veganism I just talked about. These sliders were made with black beans, which I'm sure you know by now is something that Americans took to on a national scale right after their use during the Depression, especially in the South. It was in the South where black bean-based dishes went a step further beyond too, thanks to things like the black bean burgers. From there, sliders were the only natural progression, and that they were also coincidentally right in time for the dawn of vegetarian eating only helped propel them to the front lines of American eating. Despite what you might think, this actually still makes for a wonderful burger and a slider, and it's a good thing to break into a potluck for two reasons. One, it's something that everyone can enjoy, since even meat eaters have always warmed up to black beans. Two, it's something you can try out and eat while still leaving some room for the main dish later on. And that really helps it shine in group settings. Few desserts carry the warmth of tradition quite like a baked custard rice pudding. Reverent rice pudding was a staple at church gatherings, offering creamy comfort with a touch of cinnamon spice and the sweetness of raisins. It was the kind of dish that felt like home, evoking memories of simpler times when nothing in the pantry went to waste. Rice pudding's history stretches back centuries, with variations found in nearly every culture that had access to rice and milk. In the United States, it gained popularity during the 19th century, when rice became widely available and recipes emphasized frugality. By the 1970s, baked versions with eggs, milk, and sugar added a custardy richness, while cinnamon and raisins gave it a warm, familiar flavor. It was versatile, too, served as a dessert, a snack, or even a breakfast dish. But as dessert trends shifted in the late 20th century, rice pudding began to fade. Its humble simplicity couldn't compete with the rise of more decadent sweets like chocolate lava cakes or the colorful allure of gelatin desserts. The time-intensive baking process also made it less appealing in an era of quick fixes. Pink fluff salad is a dish that never fails to evoke memories of church potlucks, family picnics, and holiday celebrations. It's a dessert disguised as a salad, but don't let that fool you. It's all sweetness and fun. The dish combines Cool Whip, cherry pie filling, crushed pineapple, and marshmallows, creating a fluffy, creamy texture that's as fun to eat as it is to look at. It's a delightful pink color that's as cheerful as it is delicious, and it's the kind of dish you always look forward to at church functions. Despite its sugary nature, pink fluff salad has a certain lightness to it, making it the perfect end to a meal, or even a snack all on its own. It's a nostalgic classic that's been passed down through generations. And speaking of dishes that bring joy to any table, there's one more beloved recipe that pairs perfectly with your next meal. Coming up next, a dish that combines savory with sweet in the most unexpected way. Potato and cheese soup was a hearty, creamy soup that warmed many church members during 1950s potluck events, especially in colder months. This dish combined diced or mashed potatoes with a rich broth often enriched with cheese, milk, and butter to create a velvety texture and comforting flavor. Onions and celery were sometimes added to deepen the flavor profile. Potato and cheese soup was economical and nourishing, easily prepared in large batches to feed many hungry guests. It was commonly served with crusty bread or crackers to round out the meal. This soup represented the era's focus on wholesome, filling dishes that brought comfort and community together. Its simple ingredients belied its satisfying taste, making it a favorite at church dinners. For many, this soup remains a nostalgic reminder of shared meals and the warmth of fellowship during the mid-20th century. Dauphinoise potatoes are another French classic that made the cut for lots of potlucks for an entirely different reason than the last two. On one hand, you had all kinds of dishes that were excelling in the convenience factor, and that's why they were getting so popular. On the other, you had dishes like this, which solely earned their place thanks to their quality. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing about a pinwheel sandwich that doesn't scream quality, especially if you get the hang of making them, but nothing about it really screams comfort either. That's not the case with Dauphinoise potatoes. These were everything you would want in your comfort food: creamy, cheesy, soft, easy to pair with other kinds of sides and main courses, and best eaten warm and hot. That made them not only a potluck favorite but also a holiday mainstay, and something people generally ate a lot of in the winters. It was also helpful that you could make this meal entirely in advance, and thanks to the advent of microwaves later, it was even easier to microwave it. There was also the growing culture of veganism that was spreading throughout the nation, and the vegan-free variant of this dish meant that it really just had something to offer to everyone. In the days of church picnics, where hearty casseroles and fried chicken often took center stage, divine dill cucumber salad offered a light, refreshing contrast. This dish, made with thinly sliced cucumbers coated in a tangy blend of vinegar, sour cream, and fresh dill, was a staple in the mid-20th century. It reflected a shift toward incorporating fresh produce into meals, particularly during the warmer months when cucumbers were plentiful in backyard gardens. Practicality was one of its strongest virtues. The ingredients were inexpensive and easy to find, and the dish required no cooking, making it a breeze to prepare for a crowd. It also held up well in the heat, a critical feature for outdoor gatherings. Its versatility meant it could be served as a side dish, a palate cleanser, or even as part of a sandwich filling. Despite its appeal, this crisp and creamy salad eventually fell out of favor. As more elaborate salads and pre-packaged options gained popularity, simpler recipes like this one began to feel outdated. Additionally, the growing focus on global cuisine brought bolder flavors to the forefront, leaving dill cucumber salad in the shadows. Zucchini bread with walnuts and cloves is one of those recipes that was passed down from church lady to church lady. A staple at church bake sales, family gatherings, and Sunday services, this moist, spiced bread has been a favorite for decades. The zucchini adds a subtle moisture, making it tender and soft without being too sweet. The walnuts give it a satisfying crunch, while the cloves bring a warm, aromatic spice that complements the other ingredients perfectly. While zucchini bread might sound like a healthy dessert, after all, there's a vegetable in it, it's also indulgent in its own right. The bread has a natural sweetness and a comforting flavor that makes it perfect for breakfast, a snack, or a dessert. The combination of ingredients makes it feel like a healthier option compared to many other sweet treats, but don't be fooled. Its flavor is just as rich and satisfying as any cake. Whether served alongside coffee, tea, or as a standalone treat, zucchini bread with walnuts and cloves holds a special place in many hearts. If you think this spiced bread is a winner, you won't want to miss the next recipe, a drink that's bubbly, sweet, and perfect for any occasion. Peanut butter salad with shredded carrots was a surprising and uniquely textured dish that found its way onto many church potluck tables in the 1950s. This salad combined the creamy richness of peanut butter with the crunch and natural sweetness of shredded carrots, often mixed with mayonnaise, raisins, or pineapple tidbits to balance the flavors. Served chilled, it offered a cool and satisfying contrast to the warm, savory dishes that dominated the potluck spread. This dish was affordable and easy to prepare, relying on pantry staples that were accessible to most families. Its unusual combination appealed to adventurous palates and reflected the era's experimentation with mixing sweet and savory elements. Peanut butter salad was a conversation starter and a memorable part of many communal meals. It demonstrated how home cooks creatively incorporated new ingredients into traditional social gatherings, making it an enduring part of 1950s church food culture. Which recipe brings back the sweetest memories from your church potlucks? Drop a comment sharing your favorite dish or the church lady who made it best. Hit that like button if these recipes made you nostalgic, and subscribe so we can keep preserving these precious culinary traditions together.